Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let's get started. On 4th July 2026, something happened in India. Something so important that the Prime Minister himself came to celebrate it. But most people didn't even notice. Because it happened in a small town called Sanand in Gujarat. And it involved something so tiny that you can't even see it with your naked eye. A semiconductor. Now, you might be thinking, what's a semiconductor? Why does it matter? And why is the Prime Minister so excited about it? Well, if you own a phone, a laptop, a car, or pretty much any electronic device, then semiconductors are already controlling your life. And today, we're exploring why India just made history by finally learning to make them. Let me start with the basics. A semiconductor is a tiny electronic component. It's smaller than a grain of rice. In fact, thousands of them fit inside an area the size of your fingernail. But despite its tiny size, a single semiconductor can control massive amounts of electricity and information. Think of it like this: a semiconductor is a tiny switch. On or off. Yes or no, 0 or 1. That's it. But here's where it gets interesting. Modern semiconductors can perform billions of these on-off switches every single second. This ability to switch electricity on and off extremely fast is what makes semiconductors so powerful. Inside your smartphone right now, there are billions of semiconductors working together. They're processing your photos, running your apps, connecting you to the internet. They're doing all of this simultaneously. So when you open Instagram, send a message, or play a video, you're actually watching billions of tiny switches flip on and off. That's a semiconductor at work. Now here's the problem. Despite living in the 21st century, India doesn't make semiconductors. Not at scale, anyway. Right now, almost all semiconductors in the world are made in just a few countries. Taiwan makes about 60% of the world's semiconductors. South Korea makes another 20%. The United States makes about 12%. And the rest of the world, including India, makes only about 8% combined. This is a problem for India. Because every smartphone, every laptop, every car made in India still needs to import semiconductors from other countries. We make the phone's body, we assemble the phone. But the brain of the phone, the semiconductor, we buy from abroad. This means India spends billions of rupees every year importing these tiny chips. Money that stays in foreign countries. Jobs that could be in India are instead in Taiwan. Technology that should be Indian is controlled by other nations. And if there's ever a global chip shortage, like what happened in 2020 during COVID, India's entire electronics industry comes to a halt. Because we depend completely on imports. Semiconductors aren't just about phones and computers. They're in literally everything now. Your car's automatic transmission? Semiconductors. Your car's braking system? Semiconductors. Your air conditioning? Semiconductors. Your refrigerator? Semiconductors. Your washing machine? Semiconductors. 5G networks? Built on semiconductors. Artificial intelligence? Powered by semiconductors. The future of India's economy depends on semiconductors, because every emerging technology, whether it's electric vehicles, 5G networks, artificial intelligence, or renewable energy systems, all of them need semiconductors. Countries that can make semiconductors will control the future. Countries that import semiconductors will always lag behind. They'll always pay more. they'll always depend on others. That's why Modi decided in 2021 that India needed to start making semiconductors domestically. It's not just about technology. It's about independence. It's about controlling India's own future. In 2021, the Indian government announced something called the India Semiconductor Mission. The goal was simple. By 2030, India should manufacture semiconductors domestically. Not import them. Not assemble them. Actually manufacture them. To achieve this, the government announced a massive incentive program. Companies that set up semiconductor factories in India would get government subsidies and support. Several companies responded. Micron Technology set up a facility. Kaynes Semicon set up a facility. And on 4th July 2026, CG Semi, a joint venture between Indian, Japanese, and Thai companies, inaugurated India's largest semiconductor assembly and testing plant. Located in Sanand, Gujarat. This facility cost 7,600 crore rupees. That's roughly $870 million. And it was built in just 2 years. From planning to production. Now, here's something important to understand. The Sanand plant doesn't make semiconductors from scratch. It doesn't design chips. It doesn't create the silicon wafers. What it does is called assembly, testing, and packaging. Or OSAT for short. Think of it like this. A semiconductor factory is like a complete restaurant. The Sanand plant is like the final plating and delivery. The actual semiconductor, the complex design, comes from companies like Renesas in Japan or Stars Microelectronics in Thailand. The Sanand plant takes these chips, tests them to make sure they work perfectly, packages them into the right format, and prepares them for shipment to customers around the world. This might sound like the less important part. But it's not. Because assembly and testing is still high-tech, high-skill work. And it creates thousands of jobs. The Sanand plant currently employs over 300 people. But it's expected to create 5,000 jobs within the next 5 years. And these aren't low-skill jobs. These are engineering jobs. Quality control jobs. Research and development jobs. Interestingly, a large part of the workforce is young women. Many from remote areas of India, many from IT backgrounds, technical diploma holders. These women are receiving advanced training in Malaysia. And now they're manufacturing world-class semiconductor chips in Gujarat. This is India's future. Young talent. Diverse. Technical. Ambitious. Right now, the Sanand plant produces 20 crore semiconductor chips annually. That's 200 million chips per year. Which sounds like a lot. And it is. But globally, it's still small. The world produces hundreds of billions of semiconductors every year. So India's contribution is still tiny. But here's the exciting part. Modi announced that this plant will scale up massively. The current target is to reach 1.5 crore chips per day. That's 15 million chips every single day. Which would mean 500 crore chips per year. That's 5 billion chips annually. And remember, this is just one plant. 4 more semiconductor facilities are expected to come online in 2026 and beyond. Gujarat alone is becoming a semiconductor hub. 6 semiconductor projects have been approved for Gujarat. Together, they represent $14.7 billion in investment. That's not small money. That's not a side project. That's a complete transformation of India's technological independence. So why should you care? Because this affects your life directly. First, smartphones made in India will become cheaper. Because they won't need to import expensive chips from abroad. Second, India's tech industry will grow faster. More jobs, more innovation, more opportunities. Third, India will become less dependent on other countries for critical technology. Right now, if Taiwan or South Korea stops selling us chips, India's entire electronics industry stops. But if India makes its own chips, we control our own future. Fourth, electric vehicles in India will become cheaper and better, because Indian car manufacturers won't have to import semiconductor components. Fifth, AI and 5G technology will develop faster in India, because we'll have local semiconductor expertise. And finally, this is about India becoming a technological superpower. Not just consuming technology, but creating it, manufacturing it, exporting it to the world. On 4th July 2026, India took a big step toward that future. And most people didn't even notice. The semiconductor revolution isn't coming to India. It's already here. It started on 4th July 2026 in a town called Sanand. And it's going to change everything. This is Myloka YouTube channel, where we explore stories that shape the world and uncover the changes happening right under our noses. If you want to understand India's future, you need to understand semiconductors. And now you do. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you in next video.